Hello and welcome. This is Wanjiro Space. My name is Wanjiro Mungai. Today, I would like us to talk about the word no. Yes, the word no. It is also a complete sentence. Why do you think it is very important to talk about the word no? Because when you say no, you can impact your life in a very great way. Do you struggle saying no? I know I do. Not always, a few times. So why do you think we struggle so much to say no? Let's first see those situations and occasions when we are unable to say no. You try so much. Your heart tells you, say no, say no. But what do? You end up saying yes. Do you remember, for example, that one time that your friend convinced you to take a loan to buy a piece of land you hadn't planned? But what did you do? You could not say no. So what is the situation now? You have the answer. What about parents and children? They make you do so many things. It's like you are under their spell and you cannot say no. Even that toddler. Think about all those times you've seen them in the malls, throwing tantrums outside the church, anywhere. And what do? You give in. Did you know that these children know how we think? They know that by doing that, you will give in. So they will always do it. They will always do it, and you'll never say no. What other examples do you have? Students, your parents, they've given you money for your upkeep, a monthly kitty that you manage on your own. But what do? On Friday evenings, your friends come calling. Hey, are we not going somewhere this weekend? Meanwhile, you had no plans because you're actually planning to revise for your exams next week. But what do? You still go. And there is totally nothing wrong with having a nice time. We all do, like having a nice time. But what happened to that money? It is finished way before the next time. What will you tell them? That I was robbed? No. You and I know the truth. There was no robbery. Even for other people, family people, you drink away your rent, which you had not planned to. So what happens when your landlord comes calling? Your friends won't cry with you when he threatens to, lock you out of his house. But we never stop. What else? Other examples. Are you dating the wrong person? Because your friends chose that person for you and you could not say no? Or worse, are you married to the wrong person? Why? You went on a blind date and then you got stuck with this person. Not for a week, not a month, for life. Imagine how serious that is. Why? Because of the inability to say no. Are you going to a job that you so much hate? Why again? Because your dad's best friend got this job for you. And as a good child, you could not say no. Another scenario. Are you in an abusive relationship and you are completely unable to get out? You cannot tell your friends about it because they'll persuade you and you still fear what could happen to you. Why? Again, because you can't say no. There are so many places that we find ourselves in. We want to say no. The heart says no, but we still say yes. We go to functions that we do not even like. We do not even want. Why? Because your best friend has asked you to come. Think about this best friend of yours who calls you on a Friday evening that her sister's wedding is tomorrow. Hey, let's stop here. She's your best friend. A wedding is not planned in 3 days, and she just called you, and you said yes. Where is the problem? Let's talk. Who is the problem here? The one saying yes, that they will be available, or the one calling you at the last minute? Did they just think about you today? I don't think so. That is food for thought for you. So why do we find ourselves in these situations time and again? Think about it. I'll tell you. We are social beings. We want to belong to our peer groups. And by peer, it's not just the youth that suffer from peer pressure. Everybody does. Your parents do. Do not want to say no to your best friend because you want them to like you. You want family members to love you. We want to be liked. We want to be, we want to please others. We want to avoid conflict. We also want to avoid the guilt. At what expense? Did you know that when you're doing all these things for other people, except for yourself, it sucks up all your energy? What else can it do to you? It can impact your relationships negatively because down inside, you want to say no, but because you did not say it, you get resentful. You get exhausted. You get overwhelmed just because you could not say no. Is there something we can do to stop this? Yes, we can. You look at the situation that you're saying yes to. How bad is the fallout? That toddler who throws this epic tantrum, what is your fear? The embarrassment in public. But tell me, what is easier? The embarrassment that won't last so long. Plus, by the way, guys are too busy to even notice. Or making this child think that everything they ask for must be given. Are you raising a child with that entitlement attitude because you're afraid of the embarrassment? And for the bigger children, what is the worst that can happen? They may not talk to you. But for how long? They will still talk to you because they are their parent. And even if this toddler cried, they can only cry themselves to sleep. And the ones who won't talk, even when they don't, the sun will still set and it will rise. If you're thinking about maybe those annoying habits that people have, because when we live with people, we have annoying habits, you and I. Sometimes we do not know it, but they know and they get it. They get irritated by those small things that we do, and yet you can't tell them. You suffer in silence. Maybe the reason you are suffering in silence is because you have weighed the situation and seen, if I tell this person that they irritate me so much, maybe something drastic could happen. It is a question of a man and wife, and maybe by saying it, hell will break loose. Then forever hold your peace. But if it's something that you can gently say, you can put across, do you know what relief that will give you? So you can try. The other thing we could do is try with those little things that are not so significant. Think about, ladies, I'm on your case now. You go into the supermarket to pick 2 items, bread and milk. I mean it. But what happens as you're coming out? 2 huge bags. You actually need assistance from the attendant. All unplanned shopping. Even when we go buying dresses, you're going to pick one. But what happens? You pick 2 or 3, a pair of shoes, and a handbag. Again, all unplanned. So if we can stop ourselves from doing these things, the small things, we can slowly learn to say no to those things that impact our lives very, very highly. When you say no next time, do not apologize, but be polite about it. Do not explain your no. Why? You don't explain your yes. When you invite me and I say, yes, I'll take you to Naivasha, you don't come back and ask me, hey, Wanjiru, why did you say yes? Mm-mm. You happily accept and you go away with a smile. But why do we always feel the urge to explain why we cannot do what we've been asked to do or requested to do? That friend of yours who invites you on a Friday night, seriously? What do you think would be so bad that would happen when you said no to them? That your friendship will end? Then are they really a good friend? That may be a topic for another day. Think about that colleague. Anytime you have a task that has a deadline, they'll come and tell you, hey, hey, I have to run. Please, please, I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you. And you still give in. And then you later find out they were not going to any place serious. So if you said no to this kind of a person, what would happen? They will learn to respect you. Try to communicate the no in a way that it leaves no doubt that you mean it. Think about also 7 siblings. We have one parent who has to be taken to a doctor's appointment every Tuesday. But what happens? Monday evening, everybody says, oh, I'm busy tomorrow. I'm the one dropping the kids tomorrow. I'm the one picking my kids tomorrow. So this one sibling is always available to take your dad to hospital. Do you see what I'm talking about? 7 siblings, but you are the only one who is forever available. Can't you take turns and help each other? You love your parent, so I know you'll not be like, I've done it enough. But you can tell them, because by the time you are doing this every Tuesday, what happens to your staff? Even at work, if you're employed, what do you tell your employer? That you're an only child? No, they actually know that you have a big family. So we can try. We can practice to say no. It won't be easy, especially if you've been the yes person all this time. And they won't even take it kindly when you start saying no now, because they are used to you being available all the time to run errands when there is that party. But we can try so that we don't get resentful, we don't feel taken for granted, we don't get exhausted, and so many other things that we can feel, even anger, which is not good for our health. No can be a very wide topic. And so I'll also practice saying my no here. And this one, and I mean it, if you can't say no to so many other things, say no to corruption. We shall end it here today. Thank you for watching. Kindly share widely and also subscribe. Till next time, bye-bye.